If you like this video, click like. If you want to continue to follow our adventure, hit subscribe. Your support would be greatly appreciated. Hello, House on the Road subscribers and followers. As most of the subscribers know, and anybody who's watching this video that's new, we had to go back to Missouri in about mid-October, maybe early November, to take care of Carolyn's daughter, who had cancer. So we packed up our pop-up camper, our home, and we went back to Missouri, which is our home state. And we stayed there for 8 weeks to help her get back and forth to the hospital and different things. And it was very cold. During that time, I made a video that discussed not actually having a home base, a home stick and brick. Now, I agree that you have to have a place of residency, a permanent address, so you can pay your taxes. And well, the other day, someone watched that video and made it quite clear that he disagreed with me and suggested that you have to have a home base in case something goes wrong. If you have a heart attack or stroke or vehicle problems. And in that video, I even talked about there was a couple who had an RV, Class A, and they were traveling the country, had a home base, ran out of money, and couldn't get back to home base. And based on what I can understand about the whole situation, they ran out of money because they kept thinking, well, we can just go back to the house. Well, they waited too long. This guy says I have to have a home base. And that all his friends have a home base, all his friends that travel. But the point of it is he said, I have to figure out why I have an adversity to having a stick and brick. Anybody who's watched this channel for any length of time knows there's two reasons. And they kind of even actually kind of mumble into each other. It's because it was killing me. It was absolutely killing me to have a home base. Because I had to have a job and I had to go to work every day. And that work was very stressful. I was working 60, 70, 80 hours, 90 hours a week. It was killing me. And I don't even know if I would be alive today had I stayed working. The other reason is it's much cheaper living out here. So I don't have to have that kind of stressful job to maintain that stressful lifestyle that I didn't really enjoy in the first place. So there's my adversity. Now let's get on to back having a home base. This is my opinion. This is my dream. I'm not telling anybody that this is what they have to do. This is what I'm doing. Well, when we were in Missouri, it was quite clear that if we'd had a home base, we would have not left. We would have never came back out here. Carolyn's already admitted that had we had a house, we would have went into the house just because it would have been easier to get into the house. It would have been warmer. And then she would have moved back in, her daughter, and we would have never left. I would have had to have a job to maintain all that. Get the utilities turned back on, all of it. So now we have a job. That means I'm back at the, stress, heart attacks, all these things that I had to get away from in the first place. That I have this adversity to a stick and brick. Now let's address his issue about if I have a heart attack or something goes wrong. That's a very interesting point because it was something I had thought about a lot. Is it more convenient to have a heart attack in a stick and brick, or would it, be harder having a heart attack out here, living in the country? Here's my opinion on this. I don't think there's any difference. I really don't think there's a difference. If I get sick, Carolyn gets sick, and we've already proven that, Carolyn, her back went out, and it was no different than being in the house. It was the same thing. Her back went out in the house, or her back went out here. But let's say I have a heart attack. Well, there's medical facilities in Florida. There's medical facilities all over the country. Why do I have to be in Missouri to have a heart attack? Why do I have to be in a house to have a heart attack? I don't. But let's just assume for a minute that I'm not thinking about something. I'm not understanding something. Why can't I get a stick and brick right here? Running to Missouri is no different than just getting a place here. We can get an apartment here. Okay, now I got to get a job. I got to do all these things. The other thing about being out here and not having a stick and brick, it forces us to find solutions to problems. I was telling you about that couple had a Class A. They had a problem and they couldn't find the solution. Their only solution to the problem was do a GoFundMe account. That's incredible to me. They can't even get enough gas money to go back to their stick and brick without starting a GoFundMe account. So you don't look for solutions. You just run into a problem and think, okay, I'm going to go back to the house. Here, you have to find solutions. You absolutely have to find a solution. And every time we go somewhere, we look, for potential problems and look for those potential solutions. So, again, I think our adventure would have already been over in less than a year if we would have continued to own a home or rented a home or whatever. I think we would have already ended it, and I would be back on a path to a heart attack just like I was before I left it. So anyway, that's my opinion on home base. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.